Hi, it's Bob Shannon, and I'm the fellow who runs One Step at a Time Living with Guillain Barre. I'd like to introduce some of our members. They're myself and my wife, Jane. Kathy Meter, who lives here at the apartment complex, is familiar with my health problems. We have Krista Kaufman, who's never posted, but she's learning or going to school for physical therapy. There's Irene Daily Milk. That's an interesting name. It seems like I should do it a little more. I'm not getting enough calcium. Catherine Gertz Hopsey, and pronounced wrong, Catherine. I'm sorry about that. Steve Philpott, he works at Recovering from Guillain Barre, and then Patricia Cruttenden, who is my sister-in-law. Tracy Jones Clevenger runs the Guillain Barre Survivor site, and she's a wonderful person and really tries hard to keep people informed. The same with Jackie Mitchell, who tries to keep people informed. She's on top of it. And also GBS CIDP survivor Ellie Hammett, who's very interested in this and lives in Tennessee. She went to Eastern Tennessee State University. She's about my age. Margaret Blum, who is my age exactly, and was the last person I rented a house from in the wilderness, who takes an interest. She's a social worker for the state. Delina Kitchener-Mostert lives in South Africa. Linda Salomon, she lives down in Southern California. Her father is an old movie actor. David Radium Shannon, my videographer son from Penguin. Leslie Berry, who graduated from Port Vancouver High School a long time ago, but not that long ago, Leslie. She's our in-home health aide. She's here 3 times a week to make sure everything's good with us. We have Lavona Farmer Funkhouse. She's a follower. Pat McMullen, who had Guillain Barre many, many years ago, but is still very interested and keeps up with it. Marjorie Conrad Kraft, I met her through her brother, who's a news photographer, as I was at one time before retiring. Marjorie is the owner of Caring Hands Home Healthcare. That's over near Seattle. Neil Mowat, North Carolina Wesleyan. Chad Weiser. These people are all Guillain Barre survivors. Dan Shannon, who is one of my photographers' sons, who was there taking pictures when I was ill. Amy Lynn Chambers Daly, out of Florida, she had Guillain Barre. Angelina Bonadetti Deans is a photographer friend of mine who takes an interest in just about everything I do. Nathan Goodwin, Liz Vogel, who was a occupational therapist trainee and worked with Shelley Camp, who was my occupational therapist, and they're here, both of them actually. Chris Shannon, my son, who runs a large physical therapy clinic on the west side called Apple Physical Therapy, and he is also a physical therapist. He got his master's at University of Washington. He says there's no reason to go on to doctor. He's working his way up in the corporate ladder. Carol Markey, an old friend of mine, Francine Melo, en français, mais oui. She is a Québécois from Joliette, Quebec. And Bev Fowler, an old friend of mine who's been through her own troubles. Darby Wolf, who used to be my physical therapist. PJ Bowen, my daughter, used to be PJ Shannon before she got married. She's a BSRN, or she calls it just BSN, I guess. Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, been a nurse for many years. Works at Sacred Heart, where I was in ICU for about 30 days. Larry Doyle, who's one of my religious advisors, he's evangelical. Shelley Camp, of course, who is my occupational therapist. Ann Brandt, who is working at Recovering from Guillain Barre. Brian Gilmore, a good friend from British Columbia. Rick Price, probably one of the best nature photographers in all of Alberta, lives in Medicine Hat and works in Alberta. He works in Calgary, Alberta. Wonderful guy. Erin Aviva LaBelle, I don't know. She lives up in British Columbia. Haven't heard from her for a while. James Gross, my other spiritual advisor, he is a Roman Catholic, as am I. Pat Linda Holt of Sheraton, Montana, and Anne St. Rita Espiridion, who lives in Pasig. And that's it. Now, that's the list of people. I just thought I'd welcome them all here. We're getting every so often new members, and it's very, very good. Uh, anytime we can help people, one day at a time. That's the way it is in Guillain Barre. Thanks for listening to this long list. Hope you enjoyed it. I'd show you pictures, but I don't have any. Bye-bye.